Tell you what, I'll tell you a funny story about my life when I was sacrificing. Moved out of home when I was 19. I had to live in this little granny flat. It was tiny, but it was actually two bedrooms in the granny flat, and we shared the kitchen. There was one of these roommates. His name was Salawusa Babusa Hahusa. Right? Now, I've got the good accent now, because it took me a long time to understand it. I really couldn't pronounce it for a really long time. Now, I've memorized it. Salawusa Babusa Hahusa. This guy was about probably 6'5", real tall fella. Not only was he really tall, his afro probably had another 5-6 inches on it as well. All right, so if he measures to the top of his skull, he's probably about 7 foot tall. Now we're in this tiny little granny flat. Almost me. I have to bend in to get inside. This guy, Jesus, he was a big boy. All right. Now, this fella, Salawusa Barbosa Hahusa, this guy, he only ate mud cakes from Colsey. That's all he ate. That was his diet, right? So for me, I wasn't, I was pretty bad because I was trying to sacrifice as much as possible. I was just buying these tin cans of food. And back then, 10 years ago, they were only $1. And me, being the cheap ass, it was good to be like that. I'll wait for a 50% off sale and I'll hoard it, right? I'll stock up. So our dining table, which I bought, was just loaded of these 50-cent cans of food. I gave him a little corner. I'm like, bro, you have a little corner of mine. You can store any food there you want. He would stack it up with about 12 chalky mud cakes. They're big. I think they're like $4. They're those big chalky mud cakes. That's what he used to live on. So he would eat like 2 of them every day. And then this guy, 6'5" or whatever, he's as skinny as anything. I'm like, bro, how are you just living off chalky mud cakes and are skinny? It makes no sense. Salawusa babusa hahusa.